time for the main events.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you like the content, hit the subscribe button, leave a like down below. So we have our Creation Suite Ringside report. I am super happy, really excited, and just a little bit disappointed. Let's go over to this report and I'll elaborate further. Alright, here we are over on the Ringside report, and I skipped all the way to the community creations part, which is like the Creation Suite, the stuff I care about most. Keep an eye on the channel because I'm going to do a universe video next. I just want to keep it separated because this is all about the Creation Suite, my favorite thing to do in these games. So here is the community creations part of their little trailer. It says sign in image, arena. We got 80 slots now. I think, is that more than last year? I only uploaded my main two wrestlers, so again, I was so checked out at 2K25. We got, looks like arena, shows, money in the bank, briefcase. Okay, let's keep watching here. And then Bailey. Shouts to Bailey. Alright, we got a first look at the hairstyles. It looks like a lot of them are the same. There might be a couple new ones in there. It doesn't look like they got like up-resed or anything. That's kind of a bummer, honestly. Then we got a good look at the arm tattoos. There's a couple new ones. Like, that's new. These are pretty cool looking. Those have been in the game for freaking ever. So I'm assuming there's going to be more. Now this is something that was bugging me when I saw this, is that it looks like they're going to relock the same parts on the island. I don't know if the island has like a check-in that you've played it in 2K25 with the same parts, but I doubt that. Hopefully the island mode this year has a system in place like My Faction, where you have your virtual currency and you have your My Faction points. So you can still buy stuff with your My Faction points, it just costs way more, and there's a bigger grind, or you could just buy the stuff outright. Because in the island mode on 2K25, you can only buy stuff with virtual currency, but everything you did in the mode earned you virtual currency. I kind of hope they have like island points or island cash, and then they have the virtual currency where it supersedes everything, and you can still buy it if you want, if you have disposable income, but I'd rather just have like, oh, you can earn it by playing the in-game with the in-game points. And they need a separate pool for your stats, too, for leveling up your wrestler on the island. Because I don't like virtual currency being tied to literally everything, especially if they're not going to give you that much to buy stuff with. So that's a bummer. I really hope that they... Oh, sorry, I got a nose hair. I really hope that if you do have to rebuy everything, I hope they're not super expensive. And I hope you can customize them. Because I'm not seeing anything here where they show it where it can be customized. So let's continue watching. Now the body morphing. Now this is what I was getting at in my video. What type of body morphing were we going to get? And this is what I was talking about at the beginning of the video, the thing that kind of disappointed me. But I think I'm on board with this, because the potential for this is much bigger than what we've had, or what you could have with a slider. Like, there's a lot more options they could do with this than just a slider. So I'm on board with this. But when they said full body morphing, I was thinking like left arm, you can make your left arm tiny, right arm huge, whatever. You could shrink one leg, the other leg, kind of like you could do in the old games, like really make freaks. But no, they have to stay in the confines of the game, because it is, based off realism. It is a simulation. But I was kind of hoping for a slider, but the more I see this and the more I think about it, this is much, much better. Because what they could do with this is, I think on a dev standpoint, and I'm not a developer, I'm just guessing and spitballing here, is when you have all these different attires and all these different creation parts that you have to fit to the character, by doing it this way, they all fit by default because they're already been tested and they're already there. And another cool thing about this is they can keep adding onto this in the next game. Heck, even in this game with a few updates, they might add another couple rows. They can add onto this forever. Like, I think in like 2K28 or 2K29, we'll probably have like hundreds of options for each section. And that's cool because they have been adding new body types every single game. So if you have no idea what I'm talking about right now, if you've played other games with Create a Character, they typically have a slider for morphing the body, right? This game, and in 2K25, 24, 23, 22, and I think even past that, you've had to pick a pre-selected entire body and then the only thing you really do is change the hair and attire. I love the fact that they've actually taken the time to actually let you go in, pick your arm size, your leg size, your chest size, your neck size, and probably your head size too. That's awesome. I love that. I'm very happy. This is probably my favorite new feature, this and the two-tone hair. I'll be spending a lot of time trying to make every wrestler look unique. And this is basically what I was asking for. Like, I don't need like crazy amounts of customization for body morphing. I just needed enough to actually make a difference. And they went above and beyond. When I first saw this, I was like, oh, it's pre-selected body types. But as I'm watching this, and they have thin, medium, large, and I'm guessing extra large. So you could be a skinny little guy with a super huge fat guy arms. That's going to be hilarious. Or you get the most muscular arms ever and be the skinniest little dude. That'll be funny. So I am very happy about this. I had a fear. I was disappointed, but the more I've seen and watched this video, I'm on board with it. And holy crap, do you see how big that last arm was? Let's look at that real quick. I think it went real quick. Right there, look at that. Large. It doesn't even show the biggest one. So they do have a lot more options. Wow, that's cool. And then of course the face thing kind of bummed me out too a little bit because it's the same stupid. Now for when it comes to editing the face, I absolutely prefer a slider than something else. So why is this blurred out? That is so weird. Why did they blur this out? Okay. Like, I hate this system right here. I hate this with a passion. I mean, it's so weird. Like, just give me sliders. Every other game has a slider. You know, adjust the size, you know, everything. And and then you can have a formula, right? You can go look at somebody else's formula on GameFAQs. That's how old I am. Download the formula. Or what website was that where you go download the COS blueprint and you go and make it yourself? Those are pretty cool too. I used to use that too. Everybody used that. Like, oh, look at that cool Wolverine or that cool Captain America. I want to make it exactly like that. There you go. But yeah, I was a little bummed when I saw this. Who knows? Maybe it works a lot better because the way it functions in the last couple games. That's why I suck at faces, and that's why I put face paint on all my characters. Then we got a good look at the hair, the two-tone hair options. So we got that, two-tone hairs. So blend point, we got a good look here. Let's just go forward a little bit. Oh, cool! You can have it go all the way up, dude. Both Clint and my Strizer, my main two characters, that you'll see at the beginning of this video. Let me know how you like that new opening, by the way. I'm only going to use that for creation videos. And then I'll have my normal one for everything else. So, man. Cool. So, two-tone hair like Bailey. All right. Cool. And then we got to look at some new chest or torso accessories. It doesn't look like there's much new ones here. So, let's keep looking. All right. Now we're moving on to Arena. So, they just showed a little tiny bit. But the body morphing and the two-tone hairs is huge. And I think in the next game, I know we're talking about 2K26 coming out, what, 2 weeks, if that. And I was like, oh, it should be perfect this game. I think the next couple games, the Creator Wrestler is not even going to look the same. I think it's going to be massively improved. And this is literally them setting the groundwork for that. Because they only have, about 8 months to make these games. Now they have to make it on the Switch. PC is now on parity. We're finally got rid of the last gen consoles. And they've really increased the gameplay this year. So that's really good. Anyway, so we got new announce tables, they said, barricade fence, ringside layout, the LED barricades. Here's a look at some of the arena parts. Looks like the same ones. They did say there was a couple new ones, though. Like, I don't think this one was in there. I think it's the American Bash one. That'd be cool if you could add in, like, your own custom parts to it. Oh, here we go. Create an entrance. We got some create entrance news. Nice. Huge stables set up. You can actually make giant stables now. 200 character slots. So wait, is this just the upload? Because why is it saying you need silver rank? I'm guessing this is the upload slots. 2,000 image slots. Holy crap, it's a lot of images. And then you got a good look at the boots. So it looks like most of the stuff is pretty similar. It's just they added body morphing, and they did add in the two-tone hair. So So that's really awesome. They make the most generic looking guy. Ah, cool template.
And you can finally build entrances and victories for 4 and 5.
Oh, that's cool. I'm gonna have a huge stable of my main 5 good guys, and you can have men and women in it now because there's intergender matches. That's gonna be freaking awesome. You guys will finally be able to see my main cast of wrestlers that have been working together behind the scenes for over 20 years as I've been playing these games, and they've never been able to come out to the entrance or as one unit versus all my bad guys. Oh, I'm gonna have a blast with this. This game's gonna be fun. That's actually really, really cool.
Create a championship?
Ooh, and create a championship. New features for this.
Brand new parts.
New parts.
With all those new parts,
Ooh, wait, we gotta look at the materials. Did they add any new materials? See, they go so fast. It's like you really have to break it down. Okay, so new material. Let's check out the materials. I'll go real quick. Boom. Default leather, matte, damaged vinyl, steel bumped concrete,
with all those
rust, plastic, wood, denim. Please have neon light up. Fabric and crocodile. Dang it, they still didn't get the light up one. Dang it. I was really hoping we get the cool light up one that they have for clothing. I want that on championship. That would be awesome. But
one of you should go ahead
bummer.
and create a special Bailey-only championship.
Cool. And then you got your images.
Something worthy
Bailey's
of the
championship.
role model.
Like the most generic looking thing.
I am genuinely excited to see what you all do when WWE
I think that's about it for the creation suite. So yeah, there you have it. Those are all the new creation features and everything that I wanted to talk about. It's such a tiny amount of information, but it's huge stuff. So they're telling us that Create an Arena is getting pretty much, they're starting to fix it because it's been broken and it gets worse every single year, but it's been bare bones and it's needed some much needed attention since I want to say 2K20, yeah, 2K20, yeah. And then of course the Creative Championship is getting some love, so they're really starting to really get the ball rolling and hitting their stride with all these modes. But you guys have no idea how huge body morphing and the hair two-tone hair thing is going to be. That's huge. That's massive. And you can also use the dye system on top of the two-tone, so you can really come up with some cool looking hair. Man, now let's go through the readout real quick and end the video. Alright, so create a superstar. In WWE 2K26, we will support body morphing to give players even greater customization options. Want to have a slim superstar with massive arms, like we talked about earlier? How about a superstar with a huge belly but skinny arms and legs? You can do all that and more. There is plenty of fun to be had by opening up the possibilities of what can be created. The morphing doesn't stop at just a body, as we've improved the interface for face morphing as well. Hopefully, yeah, because they just showed it very slightly in the video there, and I'm like, it's the same setup. I was hoping for that. For that, I want sliders. I want sliders for the face because I hate that system. Hopefully, it just works much better this year. We're also happy to reveal that we've doubled the Creative Superstar slots. The community has been asking, and we finally added another 100 slots. This will be great for those of you that download a crap ton of wrestlers and have multiple save files, bringing the total to 200 for WWE 2K26, but we have not only increased the number of save slots and image slots, we have also improved our layer system. Previously, there were 60 layers total for the entire custom superstar. Now, this is where a lot of people were getting confused a couple weeks ago. It says now head and body and attire draw from separate pools. So you have 60 layers for attire and 40 for head and body. Players can also choose from 40 plus body templates as a starting point and further customize the body with morphing tools. Like I was saying earlier, so it's going to be the same setup for when you start. You go through all of the pre-selected body types, thin, medium, large, extra large, or whatever the heck the last one is. It should just be said fatty or something. That'd be kind of funny. Or massive. And then, of course, you can go into each section, arms, stomach, or chest, or whatever the category is, legs, so on and so forth, and you can Frankenstein it together. So I'm actually on board with how they decided to do it. When I first saw it, I was like, no, I want the sliders. But no, I'm okay with this, like I said earlier. Something our fans have been passionate about is two-tone hair color blending, and this year's creation will include just that. Two-tone coloring allows players to pick two colors and adjust both the blend position on their hair and the degree of sharpness of that blend. Two-tone color blending can be applied to facial hair as well. The addition of two-tone color blending for hair doesn't mean we're getting rid of the hair dye tool though. Both are available and can be used in conjunction. So what's funny is outside looking in, if you were like not hardcore creative wrestler person, you're like, it's the exact same game. It's even got the same setup. I'm sure it's going to have a lot of the same parts and stuff like that. There'll be a couple new things. But, like I said, body morphing and the hair dye thing is huge. Like, you could do so freaking much with that. And that means since it's pre-selected body types, like we discussed earlier, all the clothing should fit accordingly. There shouldn't be any clipping or anything, because if they did have a slider system, the thing would have to adjust on the fly, I think. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a game developer, so I don't know how that would work. But I think to me, it makes sense because now everything's already pre-built. They don't have to worry about like multiple sizes. Or I don't know. For players who get WWE 2K26 on Switch 2, we're also adding the ability to use Joy-Con 2's mouse controls to add and customize body paint. Now, is PC getting mouse controls? Because I would laugh my ass off if they went the extra mile for the Switch 2, but didn't for the PC crowd. Unless it already has it by default. I haven't played on PC since, well, I played 2K24, but I don't think I made anybody. On to Crate and Arena. Crate and Arena now supports LED barricades, new announcer table styles, and gives new customization options for ring, mat, aprons, and announcer table covers. And we got a good look here at the new LED barricade. That might be the only new thing. It sounded like during the Pro Wrestling Shoot's interview that they went through and like streamlined a few things, because if you go in there after you've made your arena or your custom arena, it's kind of difficult to find where exactly to go to fix something. Like, oh, I don't like how that looks, or the image got screwed up in an update. Where the heck is that? I mean, sometimes the options just don't work right. Hopefully they fix this so that doesn't happen again. So I'm really curious how this works. This might be one of the first things I go check out, because Crate and Arena has sucked since 2K20. So hopefully they fixed it this year. All right, Crate and Image. They doubled the image amount from 1,000 to 2,000. Created Championship. We got new championship parts. There's no new material parts, at least not in this preview build. Hopefully we get that cool neon light up one, or heck, glitter or something crazy, like extra stuff. I want all the material types that are available for clothing to be available for championships, because that'd be awesome. And then of course Crate and Entrance got a bunch of new overhauls here. Until we get more information, I was wondering how this was going to work, because now we have to where you can set off your own pyro, you can do a baby face or heel taunt or action, whatever they want to call it, on the way to the ring. So I wonder how that works. Are those taunts selected in the Crate and Entrance, or is that like in the Create a Moveset? Very curious how this all is going to work, and I won't know until I get in there and try it out for myself. So, man, there's going to be so much content and stuff to do when this game comes out. If you love the Creation Suite and you want to know all about the Creation Suite, I will be your guy, because that's what I'm going to focus on the most while people are playing my faction, my Rise, the Island. I mean, I'll get to those eventually, but for me, day one, 100% Creation Suite. And of course, I'll be doing stuff with Mr. Dub. So keep an eye on both our channels, because we're going to do some sort of collaboration. We haven't really figured out what yet, but we're going to have fun on day one and probably live stream to you guys. So there you have it. There is the Creation Suite news. Just wanted to real quick say thank you for checking out all the videos leading up to the game's release. This is the best year I've ever had. I'm having a blast covering the game. This is the most excited I've been for a 2K game since, I want to say, 2K22, because we had such a long break. I am very excited for this game. So stick around the channel if you want to see Creation Suite news, because I'm your guy for that. And of course, as always, stay frosty.